The 17th hole here at Sylvania Country Club really might be one of the most beautiful holes on the course. It's a par 5, plays about 478 yards from the middle tee, but you've got the old water tower along the right side, some rolling hills. Claire, this one can be tough, and we've made it all the way up here to the top of the green, just off, and you're going to show us how to play this one without breaking out the putter quite yet.
Right, so the pin was back, so I hit my third shot a little long. Probably not the smartest thing to do. Because now, as I started reading this shot, because I've chosen to use a chip shot because there's too much rough between me and the green. I don't feel comfortable putting it. As I start looking at the angle of the green, I see right up in here, it's very, very high, much higher than to this side of the hole. So I know this is going to break hard to my right as I'm chipping. So what I'm trying to do as I decide on this shot is figure out where I need to land the ball. And I'm going to try to land the ball somewhere up in here and let the tilt of the green take the ball back to the hole. I'm also going to use a higher lofted club because I only need to land the ball just onto the green. So I'm going to take my sand wedge. Again, I'm playing a little chip and run, so I'm going to try to keep the ball a little bit lower. I'm going to play the ball back in my stance. Going to choke down on the club, hands forward, weight left, and my stroke is very much like a little putting stroke, very pendulum motion. I don't want to do any of this with my hands. The simpler the motion, the easier the shot. Again, I'm going to pick out a spot up in here that I'm going to try to land the ball, and hopefully I've read this green correctly. So ball back in my stance, hands forward, weight forward, and do my little putting motion. Try to get it just onto the green and let it roll down.
That might go in. And I broke a little.
So I got a little lucky there. I didn't carry it quite as far as I wanted to, but because there's so much, that's really a slick putt, or chip and run, excuse me.
You got about a 2-foot putt though, right there.
Uphill. I might be able to make that one.
For me personally, this is always one of the most difficult shots in my game because you break out your iron, you don't want to putt quite yet, and you've got it in your head, you've got that swing where you want to get under the ball. If you do your normal iron swing, you'll hit it up in the air, maybe too far. If you don't hit it right, you'll shoot it all the way across the green, so it's a tough situation.
Right, so this little pendulum motion takes a lot of risk out of it. If I try to get this and get it under and fly it to the hole, and then if I scull it or hit it a little thin, I'm in the bunker on the other side of the green. Now I have a really tough shot.
So a little more finesse and just like a putting motion.
Exactly, like a putting motion.
That's how you do it from right here off the fringe. It's a putting motion without your putter. It's going to put you in a good spot when you do use your putter on the next shot. Moving on now to the par 5 16th hole here on the east edge of the course at Sylvania Country Club. A long par 5, and we're down towards about 100 yards from the green. Big hill that comes down here to a little valley, but we're going to show you how to play a shot that's just a little bit off the fairway, but you've got a great chance to get up there on the green.
Right, so as you can see, I didn't pull a very good lie. I'm just off the fairway, but the roughs are so thick this spring because we've had so much rain. So what I'm going to do before I even choose my club, I'm going to make sure I take a look at my lie. The ball's sitting down. I don't have a very good lie to there. Also, I'm about 80 yards from the green. I do want to check the wind also because it was in my face a few minutes ago. Now it's pretty dead, but I'm in between clubs. So I'm going to go with my little bit longer club. I'm going to go with my pitching wedge. The biggest thing with this, because the ball is sitting down, I want to make sure I go down after it and try to hit this ball on the downswing. Most likely there's going to be a little grass that gets between the ball and the club face, and it's a little more questionable how the ball's going to come out. But my goal is to try to get it anywhere up on that green because I did not leave myself a very good third shot because I hit it into the left rough here. So I'm going to play the ball middle of my stance. I am going to be pretty aggressive with this. Try to hit it on the downswing.
Great shot, Claire.
Thank you.
So you put yourself in a great position there for a nice par putt.
Actually, that's a
Birdie
birdie
putt.
putt.
I'm sorry, it's a par 5.
Come
You're right.
on.
Even though you're off to the side here in some deep rough, as you said, perfect straight on shot. And you really want to get under it because you've got a lot to deal with.
Well, I'm gonna go hit down on, hit down on the ball. Okay, hit it on the downswing, not necessarily go under it, but you can see a pretty big divot that I took, but I hit the ball first and then the divot.
And you said you were in between clubs, so you're going to take a club that would give you more distance if you're out in the fairway, but that way if you don't hit it perfectly and you're right there in this rough stuff.
Right, I took a little more club, and I did